Joining me right now is the United Refining Company Chairman and CEO, John Catsimatidis. He is also the President, Chairman, and CEO of Gristedes Grocery and D'Agostino Foods and the Red Apple Group. John, it's great to see you. Thanks very much for being here. You are wonderful to join me to talk a little about these issues, because we're talking about the disruptions in the supply chains and inflation being real issues. What are you seeing from your standpoint in regards to both of those issues?
You know, Maria, we're both in the oil business and we're in the food business. So I see all ends of the chain. And with almost $84 oil this morning, it's not, we're going to see $100 oil, it looks like. There's no sign of it stopping. And you know how CEOs are on Wall Street. They live quarter by quarter. If they're off by a penny in earnings, Wall Street is not forgiven. So what are the CEOs doing? They're raising prices. They want to be ahead of the curve. So whatever's going on, I see food prices going up tremendously. They want to be ahead of the curve. And the way they're doing it is they're dropping all promotions. They are dropping low moving items. In other words, if you have 10 different types of muffins, they're only going to sell the top 3. And the same thing with Nabisco, and the same thing with Pepsi and Coke. They're not going to carry cherry Pepsi maybe or anything like that. They're going to drop all promotions. They're going to have their main products, and prices are going up. They're going up faster than anybody expected. It's a little bit out of control because nobody wants to be, how do they say it, behind the curve. And I'm concerned people are paying more.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some graphics here that show double-digit moves in certainly oil and fuel for sure, but also chicken, eggs, meat. What kind of increases at the cash register are you seeing for groceries that impact all of us, John? And do you think this is going into 2022? I mean, this is not going to reverse course anytime soon, right?
It's not going to reverse anytime soon. I see over 10% in the next 60 days, and it's going to happen. And none of the CEOs, you know, people say we're going to raise the taxes only on corporations. I mean, that is dumber than dog doo-doo. I mean, corporations are just going to pass it on to the consumer.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, a number of congressmen have already said to me, look, you know, they've already breached their promise that they're not going to impact anybody $400,000 in income because they have to pay for this plan and they don't have the offsets. But I want to get back to something you said about oil, because the average price for a gallon of gasoline at $3.33 today, President Biden is scrambling to say that he wants the price lowered. He's looking for OPEC to do something and the frackers to do something. Even after, you know, in day one, when he stepped into the White House, he killed the XL pipeline. On October 28th, you've got big oil CEOs, 6 oil CEOs testifying on Capitol Hill. And I spoke with Ro Khanna this weekend, congressman from California. It's his committee, and he said he wants the truth. He wants to know if those people, those oil CEOs, are not giving us the truth when it comes to fossil fuels. What are your thoughts on the price of oil, where this goes, and what we might hear from CEOs of oil companies?
I don't think it's up to any particular CEO. I think it's up what's happening. It started with President Biden killing the Keystone Pipeline, and it just started barreling down the road. OPEC, Russia, OPEC is making more money than ever before. We went from 13.5 million barrels a day in the United States down to 11.5. Now we're buying 840,000 barrels a day from Russia, not at $40 a barrel, at $84 a barrel. I mean, wow. Putin is laughing all the way to the bank at the White House.
Yeah.
And OPEC is making more money
than their
adversaries.
Yeah, real quick, John, before you go, when you look at store shelves, when you look at the supply, are you struggling to keep the products on the shelves as we see that complete ship show underway in the Pacific with a lineup of 60 ships?
Well, there are struggles in a lot of products. Like Procter & Gamble is having a lot of problems keeping Charmin and Bounty on the shelves, especially in the suburbs and the inner city. And like I said, promotions are down to zero. Why give away something when you don't have to give it away and you make more margin? So I predict that these companies are going to have record profits in the third quarter.
All right, John, great to talk with you this morning. Thanks so much for weighing in on all of that. John Catsimatidis, we'll talk soon.
The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone.